It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own.
At their own 22-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying the right side with Miller. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Ready.
Rattler setting to throw. That's brought in by Miller. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Working quickly here.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Means on the catch. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34.
Let's go now. Left, right. Set.
Here's Rattler. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Oh, look at this. They give on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll get this to Means. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Dak off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They start out 2nd and 10. Running this one left. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
Breaks across midfield, hits the opposing territory. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff now to the receiver. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your play, but makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Dak now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Slot man motioned over. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Just 1 yard on the run. Still in good shape, though, with 2nd and goal from the 2. Man in motion, headed right. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun. It's Prescott. Completed to his running back. Touchdown, Dallas. Dangerous route to have to defend, Brock. A lot of running backs are so good at sneaking behind defenders running that pattern.
And if you're going to find your back for a touchdown, Kate, this is the first route you'd expect. Get him a favorable matchup. This guy can flat out move. Send him out there, stress that coverage, and go deliver for 6.
And this is Cup, and that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Now Rattler. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints push their lead to 6. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Throwing on first is Prescott. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Cowboys tie it just before halftime. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. The Cowboys yet again sending the offense out for a 2-point try. He's throwing for it. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
Here we go, set. Set.
Throwing his Rattler. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Drops to a knee. Clock's going to run unless that defense burns one of its 2 remaining timeouts. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First down, here's Dak. Rolling out to his left. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So second down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's Prescott, first and 10. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints take possession of the football at their own 20 after the turnover. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL. And especially in the second half, you have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ready?
Rattler to the air now. Complete out to the right. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's second and inches.
Set, ready. Hut, hut.
Give to Williams from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
From the 48. Mims with the grab. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach or play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Rattler. Complete to Mims. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. So we're through 3 here. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Second and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Kamara running out of the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming.
Let's go now. 6, 7, 7.
He's back to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And it sets up 2nd down. Slot man in motion right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. This could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they're not going to reach the sticks. They tried surprising them with a reverse, but the defense stops them well short. 4th down coming up.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Cowboys up by just a couple of points. A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. Looking to throw. And they make this stop. We're going to say about the 37-yard line. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the...
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he tried, but couldn't turn the corner. He's tackled at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. Headed out right. He sends this one to the end zone. Big gain downfield. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
He'll look to throw it. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the 2-point call does end up yielding 2 points, but it's definitely not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
No, I don't think it's the first thing on the audience mind as they get ready to run it, but it's definitely on the defensive mind to make up for the touchdown they just gave up. They're looking for opportunities to affect the score, and this time they were able to.
Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here he is to throw. It's his running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Saints calling for a timeout. So they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Come on, set. Green. Smack, red.
Setting up to pass. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go, set. Black ultra. Set.
Rattler setting a throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
A loss of 12 brings up 3rd down.
Okay, ready?
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
Here we go. You, yellow. Red, cycle. Commit red, white, white.
Looking to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Cowboys make the play that should win them this game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway here in London. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and a change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Throwing is Rattler. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch out. Ball red.
To the air is Rattler. Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A great pickup there, 35 yards. And obviously the first down to go along with it.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rattler. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
Ready.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson from 6 yards away. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 25, here's 2nd and a couple. Hall ought to give up the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. Honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Complete on the crosser to Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Here we go.
Here's Rattler. Eluding the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go now.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Field, black. Ready.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. He's got his target. That's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kendre Miller, 53 yards. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get 1 look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. On play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On play action, now Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. It's complete, and he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Ready, set. Watch it. Sit. Come on, set.
They'll throw now on the final play. Buying time to his left. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Rodgers now to throw. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! A big play there. 48 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Pushing his way through. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Rattler wants to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Down. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Red. Cycle. Hut, hut.
Rattler going to look to throw again. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Slide through. Set. Hut.
They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Groupie for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. And this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Hall again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Second down, 8 yards to go. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw, Rodgers. Now he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 8 yards out. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. This is 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. That is intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on the strike.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
560. Blaster, 6.
They'll look to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Drill green. Smack, red. Ready.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Black one.
To the air is Rattler. This ball intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. But Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over, but sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Return starts from the 16. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Strike.
Straight to the air they go. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Rattler setting the throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
From the gun, a give to Miller. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Now Rattler. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again following the sack. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it.
You know, that play is so indicative of what we see in training camps all over football. Pursue. Blanketed coverage on the back end. And look at that defense fly. No gain on the play, but it very much feels like a sack for that defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go on 4th. Lawrence. He beams one deep right side. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stay.
Okay, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Rattler. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Running for it, Kamara. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Etienne again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Lawrence now off the play action. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll run here on first down. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Well, that's a tough one because you can see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Vacates quickly left side. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Willie Gay with the pick. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Rattler. He'll get this to Means. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Rattler back to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. He's got it inside the 25. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Flush down out to his left. He's on the move. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Throwing it deep off his back foot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Tight end gets it running forward. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Now a give to ETN running right. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 28. Buying some time left. Now he takes it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. From the gun, it's a get to Bigsby. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. They go play action here. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's... They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's first and goal. They send a man in motion. They'll run. Etienne takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars now trail by just a point in the fourth. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's down to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt. Things trimmed back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Returnable from the one. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Rattler to the air now. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. So they'll decline this and take the result. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing is Rattler. That'll be caught. It's Jamal Williams. Continuing to move past the 45. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he's taken down at the 30.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
A give on 2nd to Kamara. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw, Rattler. They did it! He made the interception! And the Jaguars have some new life in the 4th.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence throwing here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. It's taken in by Washington. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it again. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And he gets this forward to the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. And he got there in time. He's taken down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and now they'll face 3rd and 11. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. To throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. Still one more in their pocket to use. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. It's a 39-yarder from the left hash. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Means on the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Setting up to pass. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. Completed to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll throw it again. That's taken in by Means. And they take him down right along the 30. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from New Orleans. It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Here we go, 2nd and 9. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Purdy on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
And they bring him down around the 34. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Catch is made in close. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Mims. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Rattler setting to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now Rattler. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try following the sack. Flush down now to his left. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll go down here at the 16. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Let's go.
From the gun, a give to Miller. Is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up their opening drive. You gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, first and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They start out with a second and 3. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap for Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the 49ers who have second and 4. Purdy to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. First down throw by Purdy. Hits his running back. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down from the red zone. Chased out to his right. And guys, man, that's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Rattler to the air now. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Rattler. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Back to throw it. He's trying to go deep again. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Ready, ready. Black Ultra. Set.
He'll throw it. That's caught for the first. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Mims. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Rattler back to throw. Escapes out to the left. Now here he goes. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his right. Down the run right, throwing deep down. This is caught inside the 15. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Working quickly here. Running once more with Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing is Rattler. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. Draw play. This is McCaffrey. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Offense up to the line fast. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's 49ers football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They'll go. It's McCaffrey. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign we're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. 49ers up by 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Big gain, has them across the 40. And he's all the way down to the 36. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Kittle brings it in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. after a good pickup. They've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.